Pleasant good morning. Welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV here in beautiful Frederick, Colorado. Today we're going to go over a 2022 Freightliner M2 106. This one is a Summit hauler conversion. We're going to go over some of the features on this unit and of course what happens during a delivery, and of course what the customer would expect on receiving his or her truck. This one behind me is sold and is about to leave our lot right after this video, and is going to be heading to the customer at his location. And of course, if you guys have any questions, you guys want to order one of those units, we do have one available on this lot exactly like this, but the bed is just rhino line. That's the only difference. But if you guys are interested, give us a call. We'll go over price, details, and all that. So again, this one is a sold 2022 Freightliner M2 106 Summit hauler conversion. When this unit came in, even though it's brand new, it went through our shop. That's something, again, like I tell people, nobody's perfect. Sometimes we miss stuff, but we make sure we take off everything that we've been through on this truck when it came in. So even though it's brand new, we make sure lights work, there's enough air in the tires, there's no leak lines, no air leaks, no oil leaks. So we're gonna go through the engine. So first thing our PDI guy does, open the hood, make sure everything is solid, and then we go through the engine. And what you guys are looking at right now is a Cummins 8.9 liter engine. They also partner with the Allison 3200 TRV 6-speed automatic transmission. Again, we check the levels of the power steering fluid, make sure our filters are clean, our air filters, make sure there is no leaks on the radiator side of things. We pressure test it, seals, make sure everything is lubricated, and of course make sure that everything is tightened, especially when it comes to the negative and positive studs on this unit. With the tires, we make sure the tires have enough air pressure. There's a specific PSI they look for, and of course during that process they install the auto balancers, all those caps and head caps of course as well. The tires on here right now are 255/80 R22.5s. We ensure that the hood closes right, make sure it does have that soft close. Again, if you're in a hurry, you could just give it a little push and we'll go down a little faster. One thing we do differently is the grill. We change off the original grill on there and we add our Summit hauler logo grill, and this one is designed by the C9 company. We also add this grill up here, that grill up here, and then we also have a grill on the side of the hood. We ensure all that is tightened, everything is good. Again, we test the headlights. Those are LED headlights this time around with a new design. And of course, we do replace this grille as well. When a customer put a deposit on any truck we have, we will put a sold sign on here. What that means, if a customer comes in, wanna look at this unit, the only thing they could do is browse it. They cannot drive this unit after a deposit is on there. So that's one of the good things about putting a deposit on a unit. Nobody else will be able to drive it except us moving it around, making sure everything is in working condition. We have the CB radio antenna. This one is pre-wired, so if in case a customer decide he or she wants a CB radio installed, we don't have one installed during manufacturing or during the conversion. So if in case you guys want one, it's very easy to pull the wires from here, set it up. We do have an awesome service and parts department. We have those CB radios in stock, and we have those techs willing and able to install a CB radio if needed. We ensure all those running lights work. The next thing we do is open up this storage box. We ensure that the def tank is full, and what you're looking at is a 6-gallon def tank. So we top that off. We have two 50-gallon diesel tanks. One thing we do, if you come a little bit closer, we will fill up these tanks to the top before delivery. So you do have a full 250-gallon diesel tank. We ensure that the keys work, make sure all those compartments lock. We do have an engine block heater over here, a trickle charger switch over here, and of course we do mention to the customers that the batteries for this unit is located right underneath the back seat of this unit. And to access that, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 screws that holds this panel in place. Once those screws are removed, you remove the panel and you have access to those dual batteries underneath the seat. So we open up the driver door. One of the new things that we put into this truck is our new door panel. We do have the Summit Hauler logo. We have the Kenwood speakers on this one, and of course the whole new design on the panel. Your light options, right over here, you got your switch to turn on all your lights on this truck. You have your parking lights, center will be off. Many customers always come back to us asking about those switches right here. So if we could just zoom in a little bit, we do have a decrease or minus button here and an increase with a plus button here. This will actually give you brightness on your dash or darken the light on there as well. So this is to increase and decrease the lighting on your dash. On the seat, you have your air switch. So this will actually increase the air for your air ride seats. This is your heated switch, and of course your lumbar switch here. This here will allow the back to tilt as needed. And of course, you have 2 armrests, and underneath here you do have your adjustment wheel. So depending on how you want your handrest to work, you go the opposite side and it will raise it or bring it down. All the information on the truck will be stamped on the side of the frame. So that will show you your GVWR, the different weight and the different options here. Even your VIN will be labeled up here as well. Let's go back to the back seat. As you guys can see, there is a rear bench, and that bench does turn into a bed. Switch for this one on the Summit Hauler will be on the door, right next to your window switch, and that will lay all the way down into a bed. Again, guys, you will have seat belts in the way of the bed going all the way down. So with that being said, it's very easy. You slide the seat belt all the way through and tuck it in the back, so you have the full effect of having that bed free. When you're done, you get that seat belt, you slide it back through the groove, and then you raise the back switch, the back bench. Again, this is adjustable, so if you want to just kind of slouch a little bit and just take a rest while you're driving, you could use it as one of those lazy boys type of thing. Dead center, you have tons of charging. Because of the kids now, everybody's on iPads and phones. Everybody wants to charge the units while driving, so you have 2 110 plug-in, 4 USBs, and 2 12 volts in the center. When it comes to storage, we got 2 storage boxes on either side. They are the same dimension or the same size. In here, the customer wanted, before the truck leave, to have the gooseneck ball on the Hensley trailer saver hitch. So the spare parts for the fifth wheel is in the storage box. And of course, with the additional diesel fluid, we ended up leaving the remainder in here, so when the delivery driver brings it to the location, he could top it off. He does have an airline in that box where the driver is. So if in case you need air in your tires. Dual tires in the back, and it does have the auto balancers between those tires as well. Again, when they come in, we put those balances in, we put those nuts in, and of course, the center cap. That smaller storage box on the back end. And remember, this is a steel bed, not an aluminum bed. No, sorry, it's an aluminum bed, not a steel bed. So it's a little bit lighter, and of course you don't get that rust on that truck. We do have the diamond plate throughout this truck on the back of the bed. Customer wanted that Hensley trailer saver hitch with those airbags, and of course this is what it looks like with a gooseneck ball already installed. Typically we show you guys the videos with a fifth wheel, so the attachment is off and in that storage box for the customer, and that's what the gooseneck ball looks like. We do also have chain tie downs on either side of that hitch, and this one does come with the auto levelers, so once that gooseneck trailer sits on top of that hitch, it will automatically add air to the airbags, so you don't have to worry about a gauge putting air in, releasing the air, all that. So everything is in air. You do have a 7-pin hookup located right near the hitch, so you have access to that fifth wheel hitch or gooseneck, or that bumper pull hitch you could plug in right here. Tons of lighting throughout. This one does come with the Voyager camera system, so we have one camera installed. Again, there is three additional cameras you can add to this Voyager system, so a total of 4 cameras could go on that system. You could also add cameras to the Stinger stereo sound system if needed. This is a cool way of adding signal cameras if you guys decide to go that route. I've seen it before. There's so many different audio places out there. Car Toys is one of the biggest ones, so anybody that could install those, it's very easy to get those hooked up on this truck. So let's jump inside and go over the features on the dash. So I'm just gonna start up the truck. Okay, so once we start up the truck, we make sure there's no engine lights or any lights that would cause some concern. Again, that's all with the PDI. Once we top up the DEF fluid, those green lights you see here will be all 4 green lights. Once it starts decreasing, those lights will turn off. Once it reaches to the last one, it will turn orange, giving you a heads up that you need to fill up your DEF fluid, and then it will turn red. That means your DEF fluid is pretty much empty. So always keep an eye on those 4 green lights for the DEF fluid. Again, we did fill up both tanks, so right now you're seeing a full tank on this one. You do have your primary and secondary air compressors, gauges. So when it's in the white, you are full. When you first start off this vehicle, after a couple of days not driving, most times you lose all the air. So once it starts loading up, it's gonna start from red, and then the beeping on the alert for your tanks will stop when it turns to orange, and then once you're in the white, you're in the clear. So just know that. This unit has 842 miles, so brand new. So we're gonna move on to the engine brake. We have a new system here where you have a on and off switch. So you got to turn it on, make sure that orange light turns on, and then you have your high setting and your low setting on the J brakes. So you kick in 3 cylinders or you kick in all 6 cylinders. So once you're not using your J brake, you turn that switch off. So the switch right next to the engine brake switch is your turn on switch. Right above that, we have your rear AC controls. So the blue light coming on will turn on that rear cool system. And then you have 3 settings with that: high, medium, and low. Red will turn into heat, Let's keep on the coal because I don't want my cameraman getting too hot in the back there. Okay, we also have your cruise control. Once that switch is on, you will see that orange light turn on, so that means everything is working. You will set and accelerate when needed. Cancel, turn off. This regen button here is a manual regen. This is only for mechanics when they need to regen the unit manually, but this truck does it automatically, so don't worry about that. Over here is your red differential lock. Heated mirrors. This one does come with front and rear controls for your windows, but each door has their own switch except the driver door, but the driver will be able to control every single one, plus the passengers will control their own window as well. You have your cargo lamp. You got your back air suspension dump. You got two optional switches here, so if in case you want to put a grill guard on this truck and add some light bars, you have your optional switches here. So if you want to tag into that line and power up your whatever electrical systems you're going to put on here, you have that here. You also have power locks, so once you're in the vehicle or you're outside, you could lock your vehicle. This one also has 4 USB plugins for charging only. These 4 are only for charging. Light test button. Again, I mentioned that before for all those just looking at this button. If you switch this on, it will turn off the stereo because it does have a countdown that it wants you to hear. Once that countdown goes like this, all the lights outside and on your trailer will blink at the same time. So you could walk around your truck and trailer, make sure all the lights work. If one burned out, you will know exactly which one it is. Once you're done with it, you come back in the truck, you turn that switch back, or you turn it off. The AC will start back running, your stereo will come back alive, and then you will listen to your music again. You do have your traction control off switch here. Also, this is your parking brake. Again, everything is clearly labeled. Trailer air supply, so if you are using a trailer with air brakes, this is your controls for that. Again, not for parking. So this is your parking brake. Down here is your front cab AC controls. Right now, I have it on the second speed, on cold, and I have it facing the upper part of my body. This is your recirculating switch, and of course the different temperatures here. This one does come equipped with a subwoofer underneath the seat. This is your controls for your bass, and when it comes to Apple and Android capability, right underneath here you have a USB and a HDMI cable. If you plug into your USB, you will get your Apple and Android setting pull up on your Stinger sound system. Redarc is our new trailer brake system. We've been using it for a few years now. So very easy to use. Manuals are included with this truck to explain everything. And they do have a few videos online as well that will explain how easy this Redarc trailer brake system works. When it comes to the stereo, you have FM, AM, and satellite radio. When it comes to your home, down here you have navigation. I reset the whole navigation on this truck before delivery. A lot of customers like to set up everything themselves. So whatever language they want to choose, and there's a few more settings, a few more questions. If you want a female voice, a male voice, what type of accent, all that type of stuff, I leave that for the customer to do. All right, so that's a stereo. So we're gonna move up to the Voyager camera system. It's a separate screen. So this one will stay on throughout your drive. If you don't want it on, there is an off button. If it's too bright, there is a dimmer and an increase in brightness button on this as well. You could toggle through the different cameras. Right now we only have one, but if I press this button right here, it will take me to the second camera, third camera, fourth camera. So that's full views. After the fourth camera, it starts splitting the screen into 2, into 3, and of course into 4. And then once you go back, it will go back to that first camera. Air horn. We got our regular horn up front. And this truck will be going to an awesome owner. He's so excited to receive his unit. So if you guys are interested in a unit like this, with air ride seats, back, rear bench, rear AC, J brakes for safety, this huge screen. Look at the view up here. When driving this truck, the turning radius is amazing. The view is amazing. We have some huge mirrors on each side that will give you that view as well. Plus with the Voyager camera system, you have a 360 view on this truck, believe it or not. And again, a lot of people are afraid to drive a truck like this. When you're in it, it doesn't feel like a big truck. So if you guys are interested, we do have one like this available on the lot right now. So if you guys are interested, feel free to give me a call. My name is Marlon Bledman at 303-684-3412. You guys could also text or call me on my cell at 661-755-4344. Or you guys could also email me at marlon.bledman@transwest.com. I want to thank you guys for tuning in today. I'll see you guys back here tomorrow for another video. In the meantime, think about it. Go over this video again. Give us a call. We'll go over prices, delivery options, finance options. We do have some awesome finance options. One of the best, maybe even the best out there. So thank you guys again, and I'll see you guys back here tomorrow.